I have discovered that I really enjoy manga that talks about makeup and fashion, and this video was a very fun exploration of what I have read that fit it and what I want to read that fit it. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. It feels so good to be back from my vacation, though it really didn't feel like a vacation because our entire family was sick the whole week of Thanksgiving break. We didn't even get to celebrate Thanksgiving because then my extended family got sick. So it was interesting. So it feels really good to be back and filming another Top 5 Wednesday video. Hard to believe the year is almost over. I always find that really surreal. Somebody said recently that November is the month of how is it November? We just say that all month long, and it's very true. Anyway, ramble aside, I'm so sorry. Very excited that you're here, friends. It is Top 5 Wednesday, but in case if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, in a nutshell, basically each week I answer a prompt using 5 books, but in this case I do manga to reflect the said prompt. And today is all about makeup and fashion. Either we are spotlighting very fashionable characters, or we're talking about manga that just have, I guess, either fashionable characters or have actual makeup and fashion that are the focus of these stories. Now, surprisingly, with me saying that I really love makeup and fashion, I actually struggled finding enough manga that actually fit this prompt. I had an original list and then I ended up changing it and then I lost my list. And so I was like, I don't remember if this was my original list or not, but we're gonna run with it because it was so much fun. For number 1, let's go ahead and start off. I am saying Bless. Right now, this is a digital manga that's on the K-Manga app and I absolutely love it. I've talked about it, I think, at least in 3 reading wrap-up videos because I was just reading the chapters that when I could get tickets for free and was it coins or whatever, I was just reading it up until basically I had to pay to read further ahead. And I said no because this does have a physical release that's coming out next year. I miss these characters. I love it. Our main guy, I forget his name, but he is he is wanting to be a makeup artist, but he's actually a model and his classmates sign him up. I think the class festival's coming or whatever, and they're like, you should be our runway model. We'll do a mini fashion show kind of thing. Or they're gonna enter a fashion show. I think it's closer to it. They're actually gonna enter this fashion show anyway. And he's like, okay, that's not what he wants to do, but he come to find out that his classmate, who is a girl in his class, she actually wants to be a runway model. And so they sort of swap. He's doing what he's always dreamed of doing, which is being a makeup artist, and she's doing what she always wanted to dream of doing, which was being a runway model. And the story is amazing. I have deeply loved the makeup aspect. I feel like the fashion is more on the low-key end, but I have really loved it. And I love our main character. I love seeing him pursue his dream and him having to really tackle some of his own insecurities. And when it comes to the girl, I love her. She has freckles. She's absolutely beautiful and stunning. I don't know why Japan doesn't like freckles. These characters, every time they have freckles, I think they are just so stunning and so very cute. But she is very breathtaking in my opinion, and I really love their relationship of how they again are just struggling with these insecurities, but how they are encouraging one another. Both of them are learning and growing, and they really don't want to give up on their dreams. I mean, there was good things that happen, but then they start realizing the real world of fashion and makeup, and they're like, this is intense, and they have to make a decision. I would highly recommend it if you love manga that's centered around makeup. I don't know if it goes in, there's another manga I'm going to feature in a minute that goes more in depth about facial structures and such, but I've loved it. I've loved it so very much, and it's definitely one of my most anticipated releases next year. It was not on my radar at all, but then I read it and I was like, this is so good. This is so good. So I definitely highly recommend that series. For number 2, I'm going to say Beauty Pop. I don't have it physically. I love this series. I feel like it fits the makeup and it fits the fashion. It is addressing all of it and any of it. It was such a delightful story to read. I really appreciate how when it came to the makeup specifically, even though it's been years and I don't directly remember what they said, I do remember how they talked about different hairstyles that shape to your facial structure that work well for your face. They broke that down as well as a few other things. I don't know if they went as deep into the fashion because Kiri, our main girl, she cuts hair. The main male lead, he cuts hair. There's another guy, he does I think more of the fashion. I forget what the other guy guy does. There's another guy with glasses. He does something. There's a guy that does massage. There's like a variety of characters that do different things. And it was just so cool when they'd have these fashion shows or these like challenges and they come together. All of them work together to just, I'm hesitant to say make the person they're working on beautiful, but I feel like when they're helping make them beautiful, so to speak, that they're taking their strengths. Like they're not just turning them into this other person just for the sake of being glamorous or being what people's standards of what beauty is. No, they really highlight the features of the person and really aim to help them relax and feel just naturally beautiful. Like there was one girl at the beginning that Kiri interacts with that I really, really loved. I loved how Kiri, the things that she said to her, even though like she sleeps all the time and she is very direct and very blunt in what she says, not to be hurtful or mean, but it can come across that way at times. But how she talks to this other character was just so wonderful. And I just have such good, fond memories of this series and how happy I was. I could not get enough of every volume. I was living for the moments when they're just having like those fashion shows and having these competitions. Like it was fantastic and I would definitely recommend it. I'm so bummed that it's hard to find now that I don't have my physical copy anymore. I really do need to reread it to see if I love it just as much as I did then. But definitely Beauty Pop came to mind of a series. When it comes to makeup and fashion, this series is it. It fits perfectly. It is beautiful. It is a wonderfully fun series that I would highly recommend as well. Now for number 3, I guess if you want more of a like modern sort of like Beauty Pop, but definitely is different, I would say Cinderella Closet, which as a like minor spoiler will be one of the volumes I will be giving away next month. Well, actually later this week, this first. Oh my goodness, stay tuned because 25 Days of Shoujo Manga kicks off this Friday. Very excited. We'll have 2 big giveaways, so please stay tuned for that video later this week. But anyway, talking about Cinderella Closet, I feel like this is like a modern, more accessible version of Beauty Pop. It has deeper themes, like our main girl, Haruka, I was about to say Haruka, I was close, had a 1 letter off. She's coming from the countryside. Yeah, they sort of call her a plain Jane. She's in college now, and she feels like she has gotten to a point where like she just could not be fashionable until she meets this character here. I love their relationship, their friendship. It is very, very wonderful and it was one of my favorite parts. I've only read up to volume 2. I just deeply loved how they interacted and how this character was really just able to encourage Haruka, that how makeup and I guess you'd say fashion are to aid your natural beauty. They're not to overshadow or overpower your natural beauty. And with that, I really resonate with Haruka, where I never got into makeup and I feel like it's too late, and I love seeing her journey where no, it's not too late, that she can still learn even as a college student. I'm older than her now, but that, you know, it's never too late. And I felt like there were a lot of great, for a 1 volume, great themes that were explored in this manga, and I didn't love volume 2, and I think it was just the timing, and I mentioned that like because I loved volume 1. Volume 1 was one of my favorite reads of this year because of how it impacted me, and so I really want to come back because really just love how makeup is shown and talked about in this series. Like I think it's just really, really, really nice. It's really, really nice. Even though saying that, like I used to love and like watch every week America's Next Top Model, and I always thought it was fun how the transformations that were made with makeup and such. But I think realistically, this series is just so much more relatable in how Haruka, she's not looking for this massive transformation and she needs that confidence boost, and I love it. I love it. I don't know if I talk more about the makeup aspect, but I feel like fashion is going to be another role that comes into play. And if we're talking about fashionable characters, yes, this character here, very fashionable. Always love when they show up and seeing what outfit are they in today, because they just always look so nice on page. Here's a good scene right here. I love their outfits, and definitely they were my favorite character in the manga. Well, I mean, I really love Haruka, but there was a lot there. I'm not sure how to go into that without going to spoilers, but I really love their character a lot in the series, and that's when like I need to come back and read, because I think we have 3 volumes out that are out at this point. Need to see where this series goes. So I definitely feel like if you want something similar to Beauty Pop, but it's not set in high school, and it does have that makeup and fashion focus with fashionable characters, this is one I would also highly recommend. I feel like I'm going to highly recommend almost all of the picks in this video. No, I take that back. I would highly recommend this one. But for number 4, the one one that I don't have that I'm very excited for is Neighborhood Story. It comes out next week. Was so desperately hoping that it would like have arrived early. No, it didn't do that, but that's okay. But I'm very much anticipating that series. I feel like that is just makeup and fashion, well, more fashion focused. And that was actually why I was really interested in it. It's going to be my first series by this creator. I know she's well known for Nana, but I have not read Nana. I have not read Paradise Kiss. I have not seen either of the anime. And so I'm very much looking forward to starting this. I have read a little bit of like the preview. She's so cute and I love the clothes. I mean, she is so fashionable. I mean, she's going, I think, to school because she wants to do something in the fashion industry. I'm sorry that I can't say more, but I knew for makeup and fashion, like Neighborhood Story has to be mentioned. And it's just, yeah, it's definitely like one of my most anticipated reads right now of like things that are coming. I've got to really tackle my own personal TBR of manga that I have not read because since I was sick, either I was sick or I was taking care of my kids who were sick last week, I read like nothing on my physical TBR except for one manga. I'm like, this is not part of the plan. So I have like 15 books I need to read right now. But Neighborhood Story will be going to the top just because of how excited I am. I'm very much looking forward to just seeing the fashion alone. Like it just looks like a stunning, like when it comes to the art, just looks stunning and very inviting and just very, very fun. I cannot wait to talk about that manga because I'm sure I will love it. For number 5, I know I focused a lot more on the makeup, so I felt like I needed to focus some more on fashion, and I'm saying Maiden of the Needle. Like, this is different when it comes to the other volumes. This is not focused on modern fashion by any means. It is more of our girl who is a seamstress and her making clothes. Like, I love the end, and that's more of where you get. I was going to show this page because the fashion is just, it's so horrible, and that's why our main girl is great because she is like, what is the deal with this outfit? She's like, you need to take it off right now. She's like, this is a tragedy. We are gonna fix this. We're gonna give you something better. She really does. I don't think I can show what she makes them. No, I cannot show what she makes them, but I really love this. I mean, the fashion is there, but it's low key in the beginning. There's a lot of things that are happening, and this is a read that I would highly recommend as well, especially if you're looking for someone who's a seamstress and you want these adorable little fairies. If you want these adorable little fairies mentioned and included in a vital part of the story, this is one, yes, you need to check out. It is a fantasy read, and again, it's not modern fashion, but I really have enjoyed seeing our main girl make clothes, and I'm very much looking forward to her making more clothes in the future because I feel like that's only going to become a more prominent theme role of this story as it goes on. I cannot wait for volume 2. I so wish I could show those pages because when you see the before fashion and then the after, it's like night and day. It looks so much better. And some of the other things that she has made as well, like for the fairies, is super cute and I really, really love it. So I cannot wait to read more of this series. It has been a phenomenal read and I have been recommending it to like anyone and everyone, and today was like the perfect occasion. For the honorable mention, I sort of struggled on this one. It is a fashionable read. I do feel like there's a lot of fashion in the story, especially when you see like a lot of the bonus side pages or like, was it title? What are these part of? Okay, it's this title page collection. The fashion is out of this world. It's so very beautiful. But I'm going to say Shortcake Cake, and I'm going to say Ten's best friend, who is very fashionable, all about doing makeup. And when Ten has sort of like a beauty arc, it is her best friend who is teaching her how to do makeup, how to take care of her skin, and I guess I wouldn't say how to, yeah, she does dress a little bit differently because Ten wants to like dress cuter due to what's happening, and I'm trying to find a good panel page of her best friend. Like, here we go. It's her right here, and I love her. She's so funny, and she definitely has moments where she's like, I'm not coming on page until I have done my makeup, but I feel like she helps Ten a lot, and I really loved her friendship with Ten, and I felt she was a good honorable mention, and I'm just going to show like those title page collection that I mentioned because stunning. All the fashion, all of the beauty, absolutely breathtaking. And I actually went and was rereading Shortcake Cake this morning because it is such a beautiful and heartfelt story. I wouldn't say story-wise it fits the prompt, but the character, definitely her best friend, fits the prompt of someone who's fashionable, is very good at makeup, and I love these characters. They are so great, and I feel like Riku has a very great sense of style, and our very great grumpy brother over here, I feel like he does as well, even though he's super grumpy. But this page here is my favorite. It's so pretty. Sumo Rashida, they just have some of the most gorgeous art. I really, really love it. But yeah, I just want to say her best friend, I feel like was a good honorable mention. I'm sorry that I don't have more panels and pages, but there is a like minor beauty arc in this. It wasn't my favorite. I felt like it was realistic for a high schooler though, because I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see myself doing the same thing. But I love her best friend. She is so absolutely great. And I hope that these manga picks were good for today's prompt, and wish I could go more in depth about some of them like Neighborhood Story, but hopefully, maybe not my November reading wrap up, but hopefully for my December reading wrap up, I can definitely gush and, you know, say like, yes, it's really good, because my expectations are really high. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, friends. I would love to hear from you. What are some characters that you know of that are very fashionable, that are very to makeup, or maybe some reads that you feel like sort of have that overarching theme that just fit this prompt really well? I would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!